and be truthful about it. A lot of people like to sugarcoat a lot of things. But if I know the background of you before, we probably wouldn't have as many issues as we have.
Right.
And you know, that's like, I think that's what has helped us.
Right.
Because we were friends for a long time first.
Long time.
You know, and like we always kept it real with each other. So now that we're married, yeah, he feel like sometimes he got to sugarcoat it a little bit because it's me. But for the most part, I say 98% of the time, at least 99%, we keep it real with each other. And I think that is key. Like, no matter what, keep it real with each other. And especially once you're married, like, this is it right here. Like, this is for the long haul. Like, we need to keep it real with each other.
Exactly.
So that's what I say.
If you can't be vulnerable and keep it real with that other person,
right,
you've already wasted your time.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, Michael knows my inner workings. He knows what makes Tiffany tick. What's gonna make my cheese slide off my cracker, and what's gonna keep it on there. I like that. He knows.
Right.
So I don't have the time, effort, or energy to put into somebody else to teach them Tiffany.
Right.
Pay attention.
Yes.
Pay attention, because even my words to live by is when people show you who they are, please believe them. Their lip language gonna talk a mile a minute, and they gonna try and sell you that wolf ticket, and they gonna send their representative. But when their actions are gonna speak so much louder than their words ever will. And when you see these red flags, when you see this stuff like, wait a minute, I don't think I like that. Know what you getting yourself into. That
yeah, and not only that, but if you see a red flag, think about if you're willing to deal
with
it.
that.
Yeah.
Forever.
Right.
Forever is a mighty long time.
Yes, it is.
And I also say, know yourself. Don't come in a relationship. Can I say this?
Say whatever.
Half-ass.
Right.
Come in that relationship knowing who you are, being whole. Because when you bring in a lot of baggage, it just brings
Chaos.
hurt, chaos, confusion, and it makes a relationship harder. To me, I don't think relationships are hard. I think people make relationships hard. If you flat out honest and you telling me, yeah, it might hurt a little bit,
But I respect you.
Exactly.
I respect you for your honesty.
Exactly.
Keep it funky with me and let me make my own choices for me. Don't you make my decisions for
Right.
me. Tell me what it is we got going on and let me make my conscious decisions for me.
Yep.
You making the decisions for me is selfish and mean and harsh and cruel. Got time for that.
And that's an example of cheating. You took it from me.
Here we go.
You
When
might
Michael
want
and
to
I
expound on this.
when Michael and I first got together,
I was trying to end it, but we're gonna continue. Let's go.
when Michael and I first got together, we might have been together 2.5, 3 months, literally as a relationship.
Okay.
And I made the mistake of going through his cell phone. And
You know what Mama
It
said
seem
when
like
you
you
look
sound
for
like
stuff,
nosy.
you find it.
Nosy.
I was being nosy.
Okay.
I
okay.
was.
Okay.
Went through his cell phone and found some stuff in there I didn't appreciate. Inappropriate conversations that cracked door was now kicked in. That's a problem for me.
Exactly.
Okay, we were on our way to church, believe it or not, and I let him have it in the car. Hey, you, we ain't doing this. That you can hold. Dismiss me with that.
Right.
I'm altogether good.
This is before the marriage.
This is before the marriage.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because believe me, if it had been during the marriage, I wouldn't be here. And I mean that. He knew from Jump Street with that, because that right there triggered a conversation as to what our definition of cheating was. It's not always penetration.
Yep.
Right.
It's the time you spending with somebody else that you could have been spending with me. It's the effort and energy you put over into somebody else that could have been put over into me. You doing stuff unnecessarily. If you would feel disrespected by it, then it was cheating. If that's not something you would be okay with me doing, it was cheating. Simple and plain.
But what if he was okay with you doing it? Then what?
That's why we made the definition. I'm not cool with you having these inappropriate conversations with these women. You may be okay with me having inappropriate conversations with men, but know that I am not okay with you having inappropriate conversations with these women. So if I see an inappropriate conversation with these women, so what? Done deal. Conversation over.
Right. So that goes back to the respect thing.
That's right.
Yeah, you might be okay with it, but I'm not.
But I'm
okay
not.
with it.
To me, that is the ultimate form of disrespect in my eyes. I'm not cool with that.
So you were divorced?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No questions asked. I'm over it.
Gotcha.
Because I can't trust you. I can't be with somebody I can't trust. I cannot be vulnerable with somebody I can't trust. I can't open myself up physically, mentally, emotionally to somebody I can't trust. I can't trust you. I trusted you with my heart and you broke it. Done deal. But these are all things that he and I have had conversations about before and during and now. All of this we have talked about. That I'm not for it. I'm not gonna be for it. It is what it is.
All right.
If you feel the need to want to step out, if you need whatever need you need, I am the one that you should have that conversation with as to what your needs are.
Right.
You need me to do this, you need me to do that. Then I am the one that should be supplying that need for you. The moment you feel like you got to step outside to go get that need fulfilled.
And I think that's what P was trying to hint at earlier, is when he comes to you and he tells you that need, and you still don't fulfill it, then what happens?
Right. And so, because, I was just thinking, right? So, like, all right, one of the things she tells me sometimes is, I can't never please you, right? Like, it's never enough. So, what if I come to you like, okay, I want this way. I want this way. I want this way. At what point do you say, okay, I cannot be all of these things. I cannot be the mother. I cannot be the employee. I cannot be the employer. All these things and X, Y, Z and A, B, C and H-I-J. Like, I can't do all of that. This is too much. You are too much.
Y'all shouldn't have been married then.
Boom.
If you,
I'm just
yeah, but that's if y'all married and somebody, if
you're saying
spouse is coming to you saying, I need X, Y, Z, you can't do this, or I need blah 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 blah, then y'all shouldn't have been married.
Well,
I don't know,
because it changes,
what about,
right?
Exactly. So what about if I was fulfilling all these things for you, but then Jack came, and now Julie and Jack is here, and then I'm in school, I'm working, I got Jack, Julie, I'm doing laundry, I'm cooking, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. But then I also have to do 5 more things for you, and it's not enough time in a day. So what happens if I can do maybe one of them every week? But what if he's not satisfied with that, with me doing it one every week? I can do all 5 every single day.
Then I think he's not being very realistic.
Exactly.
He's not, but we are selfish human beings.
Right, but then you have to also realize you're married. You're gonna have to compromise somewhere.
Compromise and sacrifice.
Like somewhere.
real.
You gotta give somewhere.
In a marriage.
Like, I get having the conversations, and the conversations are good. Okay, let's take baby steps. Because if I can't do 5 things right now, let me do 1.
Right.
Then let me move towards 2 or whatever. And respect what we have enough when we came into it, when we said, for better or worse, that we can work through this.
So is everyone agreeing with what she just said?
I agree.
I agree.
Okay, so then what's worse then? Because it's worse an inappropriate conversation. Is that worse? Because you're supposed to stick through that then. It's worse cheating? Because you're supposed to deal with it then. You don't supposed to say, oh, well, that's it. Yeah, I'm done now. No, that's the worst. Deal with it.
I agree. That's 100%
Deal with
true.
it. See? Now the tone changed. Welcome to No Fluff TV.
Yeah, but it goes back to what you're willing to deal with, too.
What I'm saying to you is, if you're going to bring up
It'd be one thing if
better
I wasn't
or worse,
transparent.
if you bring up better for
Prior
worse,
to.
worse is worse.
Wait, hold on. Being transparent prior to the situation. Okay, here we go. You married a truck driver. Mm-hmm. If in your heart of hearts you knew for a fact you couldn't deal with somebody that's over the road, you wouldn't have married him, would you?
But see, people change. When we first got together, he wasn't a truck driver.
All right, you didn't, or maybe you didn't know. Maybe you think I can't handle
Things
this.
change.
Maybe I can't handle this. But
I mean, and it
like,
was at a point when he was out there, and I was just like, "You gotta come home. I can't do this with these 3 kids anymore. I need you to come home." He came home, but now he's right back out there again. So now I have to say, am I going to do this again, or am I going to try to figure out how I can make this thing work? Because this is his life. This is what he has chosen to do. I can't say you need to drop your dreams, because our doggone sure ain't dropping mine. I can't do that.
Okay. I was completely transparent, upfront, what my expectations were regarding cheating. That is the ultimate for me. Mm-hmm. I mean, while we were dating, I'm telling you this. Before we said I do, I'm talking about the week before we got married. I'm explaining this to you. While we are married, I'm explaining this to you. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So it ain't like you didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It ain't like you didn't know what the breaking point was. Mm-hmm. So if it's for better or for worse, and you purposely, because that's
maybe it's not purposely. Maybe you get caught up in the way.
You see, that's why we said from the beginning, cut it. Like,
I understand. I'm not
you
saying
can't get caught up in something if you nip it in the bud.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't nip it in the bud. I'm saying sometimes you might not.
Then that's your fault.
Okay, so now we're at the worst. It's my fault. Yes, it's my fault. Now we at the worst. Now what?
We are at the worst because you took us to the worst purposely. You took us to the
purpose.
You took us to the worst knowing prior to
what would happen.
You knew before you.
You're not thinking. A person is not thinking.
That ain't my fault that you didn't. That ain't my fault that you didn't turn your brain on.
I'm just saying. So you're at worst. But like, what do you do?
But if you took us to worse, you intentionally took us to worse. Intentional because you knew what the consequences would be. It ain't no different than me telling Joshua, "Hey Joshua, don't go put your hand on that stove. That stove is hot." If you intentionally take your hand and put it on that stove, don't you deserve to get burnt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it might not work that way. It might work that you say, "Don't put your hand on that stove," and he cooking, and then what happened is that little piece of chicken that fall out of the pan, you like, "Oh, it's right there. I can just grab it," and then he get burned. It happens. It don't work just like, "Oh, I'm putting my hand up." No, something happens and he just happened to not think or
He wasn't. Yeah. So what was he doing to make that chicken come out the pan?
Sometimes you're not.
He was stirring the pot too much.
Right.
Maybe.
You were being a klutz. You decided not to wait until the stove cooled down.
It happens. People aren't perfect.
Right.
It happens.
Yeah, we're just messing with you.
But okay, all right. So look.
I agree. People are not perfect.
Okay, so let's go real. Let's go back to what you said about the worst when it comes to worst.
Yeah, what happens when you get to the worst?
When it comes to worst.
Let me put this out there. Now, y'all have talked about, the cheating thing. What have I told you about cheating? Let's go ahead and put that out there.
You tell them what you told me.
You
say what you say about
cheating. Because you
cheating.
improvise. People gonna look at this and be like, oh, look at her facial expression. No, put it out there.
No, you say your stance on cheating.
I told her if she cheated on me, I ain't going nowhere.
And I told him if he cheated on me, I'm gone.
And deuces. Okay, my husband told me the same thing too. If I was to step out on him, that he won't go nowhere. I said, but guess what? Lucky for you, you ain't got to worry about that. Praise Jesus.
Right.
Lucky for you, you ain't got to worry about it.
You know what?
Praise him.
You know what you just told me? He loves you way more. Jersey Mike, you love her way more. You love her way more,
you can
brother.
Fluff it up all you want.
Jersey, listen, brother. I know. You love
can
her
fluff
way
it
more.
up.
Stay focused.
Okay. So look, all right. I'm gonna go. I heard this. It was sometime last year, I want to say, but some guy had his wife was sick, like very sick, and so now they were saying like he has like a live-in girlfriend.
I heard this.
I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
So how would y'all feel about that? Okay, you're now in a position where your spouse is fully healthy and you are not able to take care of yourself. They have to feed you, they have to bathe you, pretty much take care of you, but they are a very healthy person. What kind of situation?
I will say this. I know someone who his wife was like that, couldn't do anything, and for 10 years he took care of his wife. When she passed away, that is when he got his life, was able to travel, get a girlfriend, whatever it is he want to do. And my respects to that, I think he is that was perfect of him to do. Commendable. Because as a man, I understand your urges, but the fact that you put all that aside just to take care of your wife, because that's the point of your vows.
Right.
And waited until I understand, and when I understood that he mourned, but he didn't mourn as long as you would think he would, because he already knew what was going on. So it's when it was time, he got his life back and went out there and did what he needed to do. I think that is perfect.
So let me ask you this though: what if he's currently taking care of his wife? All right, he's doing everything he can for her, fully taking care of the wife. How would you feel if they had a woman on the side?
I'm gonna tell you what couldn't happen.
But how are you full time taking care of her if you got another girlfriend though?
She still couldn't be in my house. What you do disrespectfully out there in the streets to disrespect our vows in a situation where I am unable, literally, to not be
your wife,
the wife.
Mm-hmm.
What you
but
do out there in the
again,
streets is different.
The guy and the wife actually had an understanding, though, from my understanding.
Okay.
Like the wife was okay with this. They talked about this several times before because they already knew she was sick, and she told him that this would be okay because she still wanted him to live his life. He didn't want her to be. So in that understanding, I mean, how can you get mad about that? She was okay with that. Some women are not going to be okay with that.
I'm not going to be okay with her living in our house. I'm not going to be okay with that.
No.
I have to process that.
Yeah,
I can't
Right.
answer
I'm
that
not
right
sure
now.
about that. I
That
don't
you know, that's
Right.
that's
a
I
pill
don't
to
even
swallow.
have
I hope so. But knowing if I could not, wait, I have to be realistic in this. Like I told y'all from the beginning, I'm the sexual one.
So he probably won't.
So he probably won't. So you got to take all things into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
By him not being the sexual one, if he were to go out there and fulfill the needs, we got a problem. Because you could have been doing that before I got sick.
I wanted to turn that so bad, but I'm gonna leave it right there because like I'm still turning it right.
Go ahead.
So, but like sometimes,
Go ahead. Your
It's
sex
on-
drive
no.
go through peaks and valleys.
no, it's like sometimes it's like, all right, I don't want to do this because it's available, but then when it's like now
It's the
it's not
excitement in it.
available,
It's the thrill.
it's kind of like, oh,
It's
I kind of
different.
miss this.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
different.
Because it's like you're after him in a sense, right?
It's something new.
Right, and now it's like, oh, I ain't even getting that no more, so I'm more alive now. You know what I mean? And so, that could happen. So it's not, maybe,
And see, I would look at that as an excuse.
I wouldn't think of it as a lie, and that's coming that. And I say this because I'm not a sexual person. I don't like to touchy kiss and touch. I'm not that person. My husband is, but once in a blue moon, when I'm in that mood, I need him to be available because I'm not that person. So when I am in that mood, you need to be available. Now, what happens if that's him? How does that play if something was to happen? I mean, because for me, it's very rare for it to happen. So for me, if the shoe was on the other foot for my
That's all
husband,
I'm
and
about to say.
I would be there for him and take care of him. But for me, my sex drive is not there, so I wouldn't see myself seeking another man. However, when I get into one of those, I got to have it. What am I supposed to do? That's a tricky situation.
And even with that,
So-
I'm trying to turn the tables
Okay, so let's
and
say
say
this.
if it was him, and I was healthy,
Yeah.
I'm the one with the sex
Okay.
drive.
Yeah, okay.
Now
yeah.
what?
Right.
So, okay, I think now they have the full body silicone dolls, right? You can get a nice guy.
Get out of
I
here.
know China really has them. You can get a nice guy with you can choose a size. You can get a 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, floats your boat. Get one of those. Like I showed her the other day, they got the double penetration joint, so like, are y'all cool with that then?
The dolls?
Yeah. Look, nice silicone, real feeling dolls, in the guest room putting in.
It's better than you bring her in my house to live with. It's better than you bringing the one off the street in my house thinking she gonna live in my house. No, that ain't what she getting ready to do. No. You're really giving me something to think about though.
Right? So the UPS guy bring this huge box.
No, we're
and the
not
neighbors
thinking about
looking
that
like,
part.
"Oh, look at this. Is that a new couch?"
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we haven't even had that conversation.
Right.
That's a conversation to have.
I mess y'all
Yeah.
up. I mess y'all up. So, alright, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I gotta be honest, I gotta work in the morning.
What?
Yeah, I really do. I really do. But I'm straight.
What time is it?
It's 11.
Oh, he
Well, I
good.
didn't know that. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
Trust
but
me.
then, yeah, we
I,
did.
yeah,
You know, man,
But-
playing.
I want to appreciate y'all for coming through, man. This has been wonderful.
I'm excited for part 2.
Yeah.
Right,
The
yeah. I want to
husbands.
get the guys to come.
Yes.
It's just hard, man.
That would be
I'm
good.
excited.
But yeah, we gonna get it together, man. Get y'all to come over here, cause it's gonna be interesting.
Yes, it
Definitely,
is.
definitely. So yeah, I think y'all
No problem.
make sure y'all subscribe, share this video, get some laughs.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's it. Thank y'all for watching.